Hey guys. So I have tons of new products that I haven't shown you yet, and I thought I would just use a lot of them in a get ready with me video. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my newest product from each category. So if it's something you've seen before, like this palette that I use to fill in my brows, I'll just hold it up to show you that's what I used and then skip over that step and just edit that part out of the video so that you won't have to watch me use something you've already watched me use before. But I have tons of new stuff that I can show you. And also I wanted to mention, I don't normally do vlog videos, but if you missed it, I did a video on Saturday showing you a couple of places that I went. We don't always go to new or interesting places on the weekends, but I did go to a couple places I had never been before. The first place was scenic and the second place was delicious. So if you want to see that, it's up there and it's called Saturday Vlog. So just in case you didn't watch any YouTube over the weekend, I just wanted to mention that the video was there. Okay, so the first new product that I have picked up is the Chapstick Cake Batter Lip Balm. And this is just a clear lip balm, but I was at Big Lots and they had one of those little displays right at the cash register, so I couldn't resist. So as far as what I think about this, honestly, it's not particularly moisturizing. I've used it a few times and it's okay, but I feel like the Chapstick Total Moisture is a much better product. Of course, that's more expensive than this was, but as far as the smell and the taste of this being like cake batter, yeah, a little bit, but it's not like dead on. So this is just okay. I wouldn't necessarily bother to pick that up. And the next thing I'm going to use, I think you've seen me use this before. This is the LA Colors Face Primer. This is pretty similar to Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, so I'm going to apply this off camera since I think that I've used this in a video before. Okay, so the next product is going to be foundation. This is the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation, and I got it in the shade Natural. And where did I get this? Family Dollar is where I found this. And it comes in a pump. I'm going to use an e.l.f. foundation blurring brush to apply this. Ooh, looks like I got a little bit of staining on there. Interesting. Must have been in a hurry the last time I cleaned my makeup brushes. Actually, it could have been the foundation too, because some of these high pigment foundations can give you some staining. So I like to just put a little bit of product right on the brush and just do small sections at a time. This has a little bit of a chemically smell to it, but it is a very high coverage, total coverage foundation. Just put a little bit more. I've been getting some questions lately from people, I guess either new people or people that don't watch every video, asking me about if I'm growing my hair out. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You can tell just by looking at it that that's what I'm doing. And it's kind of at the point now where it's driving me crazy because there's such a sharp contrast between the part that's grown out and this part. So I think when it gets just like maybe this much further, it won't bother me as much, because having the line of color right where it is, where it stops, I don't know, it's really bugging me. Once it gets a little bit further down, I'll feel like I don't have that far to go. I don't know. The contrast is just bugging me, but I could just color the rest of it, or I could bleach the rest of it lighter, or there's a lot of different things I could do at this point, but I just don't want to put any more color in my hair because the part that is like virgin hair, if you will, is so healthy that I don't know, I just don't want to do that. And as you can see from these red marks, that's where I was getting a reaction from a necklace that I had been wearing, my Harry Potter necklace, which I feel bad I can't wear that anymore, but I've been using, I tried a bunch of different things that weren't working, and I've been using aloe vera gel lately, and that actually is showing some improvement, even though it looks pretty bad on camera. It was actually a lot worse before. But see how well that foundation covered that up. So this is it. And yes, it would probably heal a lot faster if I didn't put foundation over it, but I just can't stand having it look like that. I don't know, it just bothers me so much to have it look like that, so. Okay, now what I like to do usually is just take a little bit and just put it on any areas that I haven't hit yet, or that look a little bit whiter than the other parts. Because I've gotten a pretty decent tan so far this year. Okay, I'm going to put just a little bit across there. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and just dab whatever is left on my brush into that eye area, because it's really like a horrible pinky color. Yeah, I like this foundation. It's gives you a lot of coverage. Okay, you've seen me use my concealer before, so I'm going to use the LA Colors Conceal It, Cover, and Correct Concealer. So I'm going to do this part off camera since I've showed you that before. Okay, this next product, I kept seeing this in people's videos, so I bought it, and I see why this is popular right now. The funny thing is, this isn't a new product, so it's taken all of us literally years to discover this, but this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. And I got it in the shade 15 Light, which is not really very light at all. But since I do have a little bit of a tan now, this would be the right color for me. But normally I think I would take either number 5 or number 10. 10 was very yellow, and this had a little bit of a tan shade to it. So there's what it looks like in terms of packaging. And this gives you the most beautiful finish. And I use just the smallest little bit, especially over a matte full coverage foundation. I don't really need any more coverage, but yeah, it just gives you the most beautiful finish. I'm going to use an e.l.f. powder brush. So I just tapped a little bit inside the cover, and I'm going to swirl my brush in there, tap off the excess, and just dust a little bit of this. And this is going to give you almost like a powder foundation type look. So be very careful how much you use if you put it over a foundation. This would work really well over a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer, I feel, because it does give you that extra coverage. But I just love the finish on this. It's just so beautiful. So I'm also buffing that into the concealer that I put on as well. Okay, now I'm just going to take whatever product is left in here to do the other side. I'm taking it all the way down because I put foundation down there, so I want to make sure that all the foundation is covered up. So yeah, this is really nice powder. I see why all of a sudden everybody's using it. So there's the foundation, concealer, and powder done. Okay, the next new thing that I picked up recently, this is a, let me get the name right. This is a Colormates multi-cream stick, and I found this at Big Lots. And this is in the shade medium because I have gotten darker, so now my Jordana contour stick is getting a little light, and I just wanted to try something new, so that's what, this is just very small. So I just go like mid-cheek and then up at an angle like that. You can see this is a lot darker than what I normally use. Then I take my foundation brush and blend that in. But yeah, I needed something a little bit darker because the other one just wasn't really showing up. I've been, you know, progressively getting more and more sun every weekend and a little bit during the week too. So this is working pretty good as a contour. And Colormates is such an affordable brand. I think this was like $1.50. Really inexpensive. Big Lots and Dollar Tree are the only places I've ever seen that brand though. Speaking of Colormates, this is my this is my most recent blush. And this is called Colormates Blush in Sunkissed Tan. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild brush from their last limited edition collection to apply it. So I'll just put a little bit right above that contour. This is the perfect like summertime kissed by the sun type blush. For a highlight, I don't remember if I showed you guys this or not. I remember showing you the pink one I bought of this, but I don't think I've shown you the gold. This is the LA Colors Strobing Illuminating Powder. And it's just like a bright, brilliant gold. It looks coming across kind of white on camera, but it's actually gold. I'm going to use an e.l.f. fan brush to apply this. A little bit on the temples too. So you see it does give you like a golden gleam of color. My LA Colors eyeshadow primer, I've used this on camera before, so I'll do this off camera. Oh, and this I found at Family Dollar. Oh, I forgot my bronzer. This was the last bronzer that I bought. This is the LA Colors Expressions bronzer in the shade Bronze. And I'm going to use my AOA Studio F11 brush to apply that. So I just go around all along the perimeter of my face. Boom, done. This brush makes it so fast. Love that. That brush is from shopmissay.com. Okay, now I teased you guys this NYX product on Instagram and Twitter. And I said, doesn't this remind you of the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat Palette? And I said, I'm not going to tell you what it is until my next video. So here it is. Colormates. This is the Colormates 6 Mineral Eyeshadows. And the name of the palette is Sandy Beach, which is not written anywhere on the palette, but it was on the packaging. Sandy Beach. $1, you guys, at Big Lots. And yeah, this reminds me so much of the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat Palette. But those are all matte shadows, and these aren't. These are, these are all like a shimmer shadow, but not crazy shimmer, just very subtle shimmer. Okay, so let's try this puppy out. We're going to use an e.l.f. contour brush with this latest shade right here as a brow bone highlight. Oh, pretty. I like it already. And this is my first time using this. I wanted to use it for the first time live on camera. I'm going to do an inner corner highlight shade color 2. And let's see. I think, sometimes if I'm not sure about like which shades I want to use where, sometimes I'll do like some swatches. So these two orangey shades, I was thinking maybe this on the lids and this in the crease, but let's see how deep in color they are. Okay, so yeah, I think that would work. Yeah, those aren't too dark to use that way. Okay, that brush that I just used to apply my brow bone highlight, I'm just gonna dust it off. That was a very light color, so I don't really need to use a different brush. I'm gonna use that very orange shade in the crease. I'm gonna start on the outer corner and do small circles inward. Okay, yeah, that's not going to look crazy or anything. Now I'm just building a small amount at a time because like I've said before, it's so easy to build it up slowly, but not so easy to take it away if you have too much. So just, it's better to go slow. All right, let's just leave that like that for now. And then switch to a MAC 239 shader brush and go with that lighter orange or a peach shade on the lids. Put some of that on there. Oh, these are pretty. And they're not like too dark or too intense. You know, everybody always talks about pigmentation with eyeshadows, but I don't necessarily like shadows that are too dark or pigmented. They're too hard to work with. But I guess it's a personal preference, you know. Oh, that's really pretty. Nice and subtle. This one here is gold. I'm just gonna mix the gold and the peach together and put some of that like on the inner halves, just so I can get a little bit of a differentiation in the color from one part of the lid to the other. This one on the end is like a beige. Let's see what that color is. Let's try putting that right from my finger on the outer part of the lid. Okay. And so we've used every shade now except for this coppery shade. Let's take this Small Zoeva pencil brush. Oh, this is definitely going to be the deepest, darkest, most pigmented of the bunch. But let's drag some of that down along the lower lash line. Okay, now I'm going to take a clean e.l.f. contour brush, pick up some of that shade, and just put it in the outer corner. Oh, I just touched an area that I didn't mean to. Okay, yeah, let's just go on the outer corner area, or the outer V. Okay, so I've used every shade in the palette now. I can't believe this palette was only $1. Alright, I'm gonna take this shade and back it like into the crease a little bit. Just kind of add some to this outer crease area. All right, let's see what that is going to look like now with some eyeliner. I had all the Wet n Wild eyeliner pencils, but I didn't have this one for some reason. This is called Pretty in Mink. Picked this up at Rite Aid not too long ago. These are only 99 cents, and look how huge that is. That would last you forever. And it's the kind that you sharpen, so if it starts to get older, you haven't used it in a while, you can just sharpen it to like refresh it and sanitize it in a sense. So I'm going to put that on the waterline. The only thing is with these kind of pencils is if your eyes start to water, the color doesn't apply very easily with these types of pencils. But it's going to give you like a more subtle eyeliner look instead of the intense eyeliner look that I normally do. I'm just sliding this along the root of my upper lashes. Okay, the mascara I think I've used before in a video. This is the Colormates Volumizing Mascara. I found this at Big Lots, so I'll apply this and be right back. Okay, so I curled my lashes, I used that mascara, and then I filled in my brows with the LA Colors Matte Eyeshadow Palette in Matterific. I've hit pan on the shade that I've been using for my brows. So I'm going to have to see if I can find another one of these palettes because I like that shade for my brows. It's very natural and just blends in super easy. Okay, on my lips, I'm going to use, I showed you guys this video, but you haven't actually seen me use it or you haven't seen it on me yet. I thought this lipstick would look nice with this eyeshadow look. This is the Colormates lipstick in the shade Ginger Spice. And this is a reddish brown shade. These are very moisturizing. So if I do a moisturizing lipstick, I like to do the lipstick first, then outline my lips afterwards. So that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm trying to go very gentle because this is a super dark color, so I didn't want to apply too much. So I was just kind of dabbing and smearing, not smearing, that's not a good word. I was applying it and sort of dabbing it at the same time because I didn't want it to be too dark. That color was perfect for this eyeshadow look. Okay, now when you buy a Colormates lipstick, by the way, I've seen these at Big Lots and Dollar Tree. I forget which shade I got at which place, but those are the two places where you can get those. You get a free liner, and it's like a nude shade. So I'm just going to outline my lips just to give them a little bit of definition. I like it. I like the eyeshadow palette, and I think that lipstick works well with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.